Okay, folks, how you doing? Gonna start working on the U.S. pairs to hit the beach box. Haven't painted these in a long time. So we're going to see what this is going to look like. I'm going to use a 50-50 mix of green, gray, and khaki. That's going to be our basic uniform color. So we're going to start with that. Going to ignore the equipment, the helmet, weapons, all that stuff. We're just going to get to the trousers and tunic. I haven't used these paints in a while, so let's give them a good shuka. Show you a picture here in a second. Pretty straightforward uniform, actually. Not a whole lot going on with them. Of course, it depends on the model. Can have a lot of gear on them. But this is taken from the 3rd edition Overlord book from Flames of War. It's a nice little paint and guide for U.S. pairs and glider troops. I'll show you a picture anyway. See what I'm painting here. So yeah. Kinds of variations. This one, we're going to stick with the standard M1942 variant. We're going to see how that goes. Let's find a nice little spot here. Plug this back in. Okay, let's see how this goes. How you doing, folks? Hope you got something to paint today. Gonna be here a little bit. Get some stuff painted, provide some ambiance for you. Yes. Wargaming Painter's Ambiance. That's a little too much khaki. 50-50, man. feel for this guy here. Houston Beer and Pretzel Wargaming. How you doing, my friend? How is everything? Let me see something here. Yeah, that green gray. I don't actually think it needs any khaki. That's my dirty palette. You have that? Oh yes, I'm very old school. What are you working on today? Can't complain. I'm working on U.S. pears. Get to start on them. Got the Germans all flocked up. No, actually I don't have them flocked yet. I've got them based, textured. They are ready for the flock. I thought today I'd get a start on the pears. Give my Germans something to fight against. Right? So right now I'm just getting a feel for the models. I haven't painted pears in a long time. I like how they're coming out here. Battlefront, yep. Little 15mm dudes. Not my favorite scale, but that's what we're doing. I have to say, these pears, they're plastics, they're the newer models. They're pretty good. I like them better than the German ones. Got lots of little details on them. They look good. Not a big fan of the plastics, but yeah, I like these. Probably because they're little chunky guys. You know, I like the little chunkies. Let me double check the webbing. Green gray. Geez, that's not much difference in color here. Hundreds of Fire and Fierce by Fire and Sword, 15 mil. 10 years ago. Wow, the originals. God, that game's in a new edition now. Totally different game from what I hear from my friend who helped design it. Or playtest it, actually. I don't want to give him too much credit. That's a good game. I almost got into it. I don't know how much I like the new version. So much has changed. But I can't tell if that's a pocket. What's going on here, man? What's going on here? My pile of shame? I don't know, I sold most of it. I don't have a pile of shame. I guess my 15 mil ancients that I've managed to keep in my collection forever. Back when I first got into wargaming, I've had these. I bought back when DBA was first coming out. I was a big fan. And I had bought from Essex. I bought all their, not all of them, but I bought a lot of DBA army packs that I still have. And they're just sitting around. I mean, man, you go back that long ago, you're not necessarily going to have the same chutzpah and interest in all that all these years later. So yeah, they're gonna, it's inevitable that they're going to end up collecting somewhere. Not a big issue for me, though. I'm glad I have them. Especially now, because I don't really have a whole lot, right? Man, think about the prices I paid back then compared to what you'd be paying now. Yeah, my Essex. I got a lot of little bits and bobs here and there. But nothing to be sad about. I'm glad I have them. I like these guys. Oh, look at, I'm going to be bouncing between the chat here, so be patient with me. Trying to get a grasp of these models. Get used to them. They got all kinds of equipment and stuff on them. Some stuff is a pocket. Some stuff is webbing gear, and it's hard to tell. But the webbing and the uniform are actually very similar colors. So I'm going to get away with a lot here, I think. I think we're going to be okay. I think we're going to be okay. Let me do one more guy here. Got a guy here with the BAR. Yes, I make sound effects when I play with my little soldiers. How could I not? These guys are definitely going to need a wash. Three new delicious flavors. Spotify commercials. Okay, okay. Looks good. Looks good. Oh, it's a 30 cal. That ain't a bar. He's got a big old 30 cal on his grip there. Yeah. Well, that's one. I got enough of this uniform paint to do the whole collection. I'm going to probably just do that today. Or at least until this paint disappears. Let's look at the chat here and catch up. Maybe I should turn on Jeeves. Maybe I'll turn on Jeeves. How you doing, Marshare? Alright, let me catch up on the chat here. Houston's been chatting away at me. I don't want to miss things. Ta-da! The Mighty Dirty Palette. 15 mil, yes. Battlefront, yes. Hundreds of... I read that by Fire and Sword. I try not to think about all the stuff I haven't painted yet. Maybe you should sell it. Put it towards what you're currently working on. Somebody out there might appreciate that. Will you help them out? Other than that are the Lizard Men and Tau that never got painted. That's sad. Americans, yes, March Air. Moving on to the U.S. pairs. The old 3rd edition Overlord book. Here's a quick picture of the little gentleman. I'm doing the M1942 version. Different versions are represented, including the post-Normandy, which is what I originally painted mine as. A bit more green in them. Your greens, as they were known. But these are a 50-50, basically a 50-50 mix of green-gray and khaki. Not much difference between the colors, but I'm focusing on the green-gray color. And, yeah. That's the trousers and tunics. Yeah. So So I got that one done. I'm going to move on to this strip. And I got about 30 guys or so. All kinds of cool kit and equipment, weapons I should say. By Fire and Sword. It's a different game than it used to be. I do know that. I haven't really looked into it since the original edition of the game. And again, ours knows all about By Fire and Sword. He's not too enthused with it nowadays. Not that I want to turn people off to the new edition of the game or the game in general, but I don't know, it's a different game. I really liked it. No idea really what it's like now, this 3rd edition or 2nd edition or whatever it is. But ours did not like it. He says it's a totally new game. Yeah, I haven't researched it, but definitely research it. They didn't just update or fix the game if it had issues. They kind of created a whole new game with it. Maybe it's better. You know, I don't know. I haven't looked into it. But the cool thing about it, which still remains, is that it's kind of like in a good way, it's kind of like how Flames of War does World War II. This company, a Polish company, does that era of history, which is vastly neglected here in the West. Very unique forms of warfare over there, but they do it in a similar way. I mean, the way they produce it and the way they market it, it's very similar to what you see with Flames of War, which is extremely cool, especially with a period like that we don't know a hell of a lot about. I mean, with their painting guides and plates and the rules and stuff. It attempts to be pretty much all-inclusive to the nations and wars and conflicts of the era. I think they're even going into the Western theater stuff. Like the 30 Years' War and the English Civil War, which would be nice. But the focus is on the East. The conflicts revolving around Poland and stuff. Going into the early 1700s, all through the 1600s. Just totally different, man. Very mobile warfare. Lots of cavalry. That was a thing. So yeah, I always liked it. And if I was going to get into anything in that era, those rules were the ones to entice me. And they look really good. But yeah. Do some research. Watch some YouTube videos on By Fire and Sword, the newest edition. I think it came out a year ago. Year and a half. I think it did a Kickstarter. And that's all I know about it. I think ours did actually play the new version. I don't know. But he was involved with the playtesting of the original game. He knows the guys. He's over there in Poland. I mean, come on. Not that they all know each other, but you know. Ours has been around the wargaming circuit for a long time. No problem, Houston. Houston reporting in. No coffee. By the way, here's the bases for the Germans. So you can see those base edges are no longer beveled, just the way I like them. I've got it reinforced with some watered down white glue to really make this strong along the edges. So we're good. We're good. That just needs flocking, man. So they're all ready to go. 2 platoons, command, Pack 40s. Everything I need, everything from the starter is in there. And let me count these figures. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, It's 32 men. We'll say that. 32 men and a mortar. So 33 actual little models I got to paint. 33. That's not bad. I did well over 60 with the Germans, so we'll get this done. Four years to retirement. 61. You're 61? 10-year-old daughter? Wow, that's fantastic. Looks good. Are you going to flax shrub? Oh yeah, I'm going to put down some tipped over logs, blowing apart stumps, static grass, some flax stones. Little things on the top, nothing major. I want lots of dirt. It's a battlefield after all, right? I certainly ain't going to call this done. I mean, I could play with that, but nah, that's nowhere near done. Let me put Jeeves on. Okay, I'm going to put Jeeves on. Let me turn off my Spotify. Can't have that playing. Okay, I'll put Jeeves on there so I can paint. Because I like the conversing here. I've been streaming all week. Haven't seen you guys. Where's everybody been? Yikes. Where has everybody been? Got a lot of people in here watching, but no one saying a word. Bunch of lurkers.
Houston Beer and Pretzel Wargaming says, I have a 34-year-old daughter, 30-year-old son, 21-year-old son, and 10-year-old daughter.
Boy, that's running the gamut, man. Well, Houston's been around. Well, that's great, man. Let me make sure the volume's up so you can hear him. Okay. Well, that's great. Turn them into wargamers. There you go. Otherwise, what's the point? What's the point?
March Hare 22 says, are you building that Stalingrad table next? Duplicating the red barricades maps?
The Stalingrad? No, I'm not doing the Eastern Front stuff. Not at the moment, anyway. This project, and probably my 28 mil as well. And I've got two different projects, but this one is going to be focused on Normandy, particularly the breakout, Operation Cobra, specifically, as well as the landings and stuff, but I'm more interested in the breakout.
Says, I work until 5:30, so can't always make the early streams.
Gotcha, gotcha. I forgive you. You're forgiven. Yeah, it's okay. Everybody's like that this time of year. It's a bit hit or miss. Hit or miss this time of year. Boy, something bit me on my arm here. Mosquitoes or something. That's annoying. Buggers are all over. Yeah, my second project is going to be Pacific Theater. Basically what Battlefront and Warlord games are putting out that era, which I think is like mid-war. That's what I'm going to be doing. Pardon me. I decided not to touch the Eastern Front to Tyler Creek. At least right now. I board game it. and I enjoy it. Mainly the middle era, Kursk, Blaue, but not so much the really late Berlin era and the early stuff, Stalingrad. I don't know why, but yeah. I might do some Eastern Front eventually, but it's not in the schedule at the moment. Hope that's okay. I don't know. Sometimes I can't tell if these are pockets or if they're kit. I think that's a pocket. They got stuff in them. Again, these are really nice figures. The pairs. I like these better than the Germans. Very nice detailed models.
March Hare 22 says, I was just joking about the Stalingrad table.
Oh, okay. Trying to figure out what is he talking about. That would be enjoyable. For sure, but I couldn't do everything. I have nothing against the earlier period in the Stalingrad. Nothing at all, but good old house-to-house fighting, right? I am going to do a village, though, a little French village. Homemade stuff. I'm not going to 3D print. I mean, I'm sure I will, but this is going to be... I'm going to make a village. Kind of like what I did before. Except I'm going to use mounting board instead of cardboard.
March Hare 22 says, it would be quite a project.
Yeah, it would. It would be fun, though. I've never done anything like that. A big cityscape. Especially East Front. Big stone buildings just turned to rubble. It'd be different. Definitely doable. Okay, let's get the backs of these little dudes. You guys like the East Front? Prefer the East Front stuff? Ah! Do 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 do. I don't know. I think the Pacific is really going to capture my attention. I know so little about the Pacific theater. I mean, I know what everybody knows. I watched movies and stuff growing up. Did some classes and stuff. But it's a long time ago. Don't retain all that information. If you don't have the interest, you're not going to retain it. And yeah, it's unfortunate. But I like that. I like coming into something brand new and actually learning while I paint and stuff. I like that. I prefer that. So I tend to just lay off, you know? Lay off trying to learn too much before a project starts. And then when I start the project, that's when I'm going to start learning stuff. I'm going to go into stuff. Learn as I go. That I really enjoy. That's typically what I do. I mean, when it's something I don't know anything about. Otherwise, I don't bother. So many other things to look at and research and be involved with. I get distracted. Again, it's not lack of interest. It's just I don't want to get distracted. Does that make sense? This is coming along good. Starting to get a feel for these little guys. What their equipment is and where it is and how it's laid out. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, I think I got them done. Some of them have a bag here on their left waist. Pay attention to that. Okay, so there's 3 more. Ah! How about you guys? What do you got on the painting table, if anything? Anything on the old painting table? Jake was here last. It was Saturday. He was here. I streamed Saturday. I'm gonna make those separate episodes. I'm gonna call it Jake and Fritz's Hobby Chat or whatever. So we're going on episode 3 this weekend. I gotta get him something to paint. I really ran out of stuff last time. Something we're actually going to use. What did he paint last week? He painted one of his Reaper models. Fantasy stuff. He likes rogues. Wonder where he got that from. But he likes rogues, and he painted up he's painting up a miniature of a rogue for his character. Whoops. He's working on it. So I got that for him to paint. Still haven't got Kill Team. I'm gonna. I mentioned it to him. So then I'll have a bunch of models he can paint. A whole little faction. I'm hoping he's gonna take the Space Marines. The Angels of Death. I think they come as Ultramarines. Do they have to be Ultramarines? Gripes, I'll paint them up as Dark Angels. But if he wants to, I'll give them to him. He can paint him whatever faction he wants. Like Ultramarines. But they'd be more useful to me. Get some more Dark Angels in there. God, all I paint is Space Marines. They're not even my real faction. Need to be working on my sisters. Billion Graves database. Let's get a couple more bases done. Maybe I'll get them all done today. Who knows? That would be great. 74 degrees and sunny here on the east coast of the United States of America. CPU speed is 6.9%. Not speed, but usage. We're doing 4,227 kilobytes per second and 0.0% drop frames from the internet. So yeah, we're doing pretty good. Pretty good, pretty good. Streaming only on YouTube today, not using Restream. Seems to be pretty much top tier. I just discovered a new RPG that's captured my attention massively. Because as you know, I've been planning my new upcoming campaign. And I'm just so put off by level-based classed systems. I always have. You guys know me. My preference is classless, skill-based games. Because it's the mature way to roleplay. Come on, let's be real here. Levels are great fun. We all know that, but come on. I'm a big fan of things like Savage Worlds and BRP. Based systems. And I found something that I think is going to become my next campaign. And it's by a fellow YouTuber. It's not a good friend, but I do know of him. And his channel is, maybe you've heard of him, Me, Myself, and Die. D-I-E. Have you heard of that channel? Anybody heard of that channel? He's been working on his own game for over a year now. And I have not paid attention whatsoever to this game. And I just discovered it 2 days ago. And my mind is blown away. He's producing something that is exactly what I have been looking for. Let's say about 98% of what I've been looking for years. I couldn't believe it. So I've been following it and reading up about it and watching videos about this. And it's a game called The Broken Empires. So yeah, feel free to look that up. This game is spot freaking on. I love the guy. I've always watched him. I loved his videos and everything else. He's got the right mindset. It's similar to mine. Right up my alley. So yeah, it stands to reason he'd create a game based on all these other game systems that I love and just squish them all together and put them together in a way that works. That's essentially what he's done. And it's due for release out to the Kickstarter, folks, in October or thereabouts. October, December. So I'm following along. We'll see what happens. It's a new option for me. Outside of my Hyperborea. My other games that are not fantasy. So yeah, So there's some news for you. Jeez. Put this back on. Okay, next strip. Let's do a 4-figure strip. What is that dangling there? Man, they have so much equipment on them. Some of these guys remind me of Japanese Marines. Maybe it's the color, I don't know. This guy's got a little bandolier around his neck. Hold on, I turned Jeeves off. He likes to overtalk me. Hello. Big Small Worlds. How you doing, Paul? Just finished Mounted Elves, except for the varnishing and basing. Now tucked up in bed as I am working, man. Tomorrow, hope you all have fun and a merry evening. There you go. Have a good one, Paul. Episode 130. Posting it in Discord makes it a little easier for me. Discord's probably the only thing I really pay attention to. Although, like I said before, everything is open. Good to see what other folks are doing out there. Okay. For these kids tomorrow, I think for now, sleep. Yeah, get some sleep, man. Don't worry about it. Glad everything's okay and you're making progress on things. We're going to keep pushing on. Getting stuff done in our own time here. We all got our projects, don't we? This guy's got a spade on the other side. Trying to trick me here. It's a good thing that webbing is similar color to the uniform here, at least a little bit. Okay, one more. Okay. All right. Ooh. It's 4 more. That's 11. I'm a third way through these guys. Wow. Not bad, not bad. Wow. How about you guys? How are you getting along there? What's going on? Progress reports. Float them in, folks. Gives me a little motivation. Of course, this is pretty motivating, too. I'm making good progress. Got these 3 to do. Closing in on the halfway mark. I guess I could try and get them all done today. All the uniforms. Let's see, the webbing is going to be green-gray. The uniforms are a mix of green-gray and khaki. Holsters are a flat brown. I think the boots is a flat brown. I think the boots are a little bit reddish. Backpack is a green-gray as well, right? That's the same as the webbing. Webbing, where's the webbing? I think it's, yeah, green-gray. Where is it? Webbing, green-gray. Webbing and backpack, green-gray. It's the same listing. Brown-violet for the guns, binoculars, grenades. Helmet. Brown-violet. It's brown-violet. So really the only thing that's going to stand out is the guns, the helmet. Everything else is very similar. The boots. Khaki's the shading color, followed by green gray. Really? Khaki's the shading color? This I should have used my wet palette for. Oh. Okay, one more guy here, the front. When I paint these and they're little strips, I like to paint one side at a time. I'll paint all the front on all three, and then I'll flip them and do all three's backs. Tends to go a little quicker for me. Makes it a little easier. And that's the whole point of putting them on strips, right? So you can, almost like a little factory push-out thing. Gotta get them done. Which means it's not as enjoyable I do 28 mil. I never do that. I paint them all individually. Well, I mount them individually for painting. I don't do what I'm doing here. That's different. That's different. Plus, it's more enjoyable. Why do I bother with such small figures? I don't know. I got some commissions of 10 mil I gotta get to. This helps me keep my chutzpah going here. Keep in practice. Because it has been rough. Almost. This guy's lugging some ammo. I think he goes with the 30 cal guy that's standing up shooting. That's a big gun. Needs to find himself an old stump and hook up with that. Oh, he's got ammo bandolier around his neck. Can't get to his collar. Okay. Excellent. I like this model. This particular guy's, he's just not as detailed, not as crisp. A little challenging. Not my fave. Alright, that's 3 more. Oh. Do I want to do this? It's like the halfway mark for sure. It's 14. Yeah, it's close to the halfway mark. I think I will do them all. That'll be motivating. I got these 2 bases. 2 guys each. Let's see if we can. We will see if we can. It's only been 1 hour and 23 minutes. I know I can. It's just a matter, do I want to? was the halfway mark. So that's going to be another hour and a half. Can I take it? I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to put them all there in front of me anyway. Normally I wouldn't do this. The only reason I'm thinking of doing this and not saying, oh, let's paint webbing instead for the second half or the first half, is because I took so much of this uniform color. I'm thinking, oh, maybe I just want to use it all in one go. That's the coat. I do a quad 6. There you go, prediction time. Nintendo's going bankrupt next year. They blew it. Well, we'll see if you're right. Quad 6 has been around. He knows what's talking. Gonna have to keep an eye on that. That'd be a shame. just get the front here. These little guys are a little tougher to do, laying on their bellies. Yeah, they remind me of Japanese Marines for some reason. Odd. It's got to be the color. I didn't do my paras in this shade before. Okay, I think that's it for these. Oh. All games, tabletops, mobile, console, computer, thousands of games. Now, what did you say here? Hold on. What does he say in here? Hold on. Just filed a patent on summoning characters to fight for you. It covers all gacha games and MMO games. Why would that be an issue? Don't ask him that. He knows all about it. We're going to find out. Let's leave it at that. Come to my game. Well, they must know what they're doing. Or not. Maybe I don't know. I haven't played a Nintendo game since 30 plus years. But there you go. Word on the street. Bankruptcy right over the horizon. Yeah, 6 foot tall, huh? There you go. Well, I'm working on US Paras today. It's a green-gray with a little bit of a 50-50 mix of green-gray with khaki. I can't really tell the difference when I mix it from when I don't. Still looks like green-gray to me. I'm not going to do this one again. Let's save him. Let's do another 3. They could send Wizards of the Coast and other companies a cease and desist for simply having a character ability of being able to summon anything, period. Yeah. Really? I guess... I don't know exactly what it does. Summoning players or characters to fight for you? How does that affect the game's mechanics? I don't understand. Pardon me, I'm dumb when it comes to video games. You don't have to go into it. That's probably asking a lot. Well, we'll see what happens. Filed for a patent. Boy, this guy is just covered in kit. He's an officer, too. hope he knows what he's doing. In this scale, I can't pick out all this stuff. I can't see what it is. I'll read the chat in a minute here. Go ahead and lay it on me. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. I'm gonna have, after this one, I'm gonna have to take a break. I can't take this. I'm burning out just from doing the same color. Gotta break it up, man, break it up. Again, I keep thinking Japanese Marines. Doo-doo-doo. One more front. But that said, I really like these models, man. They're really nice. Good poses. Very detailed. And these are the plastic guys. Which I generally don't like. Not in this scale. Ah. There's a little. All right, let me set these down before I lose my mind. Oh, my back. Torture. Let's read some Rookie 6. It will affect every single. Okay. A warlock or something summoning a monster to fight for them, etc. What, the mechanic of summoning? You can't. Well, I know you can't copyright mechanics. I don't know what you're talking about, man. A patent for a game mechanic in a video game. So you're talking about programming stuff. So I would think it would only affect programming. You can't. I won't say patent because you can't patent mechanics, but you can't copyright mechanics in a game. It sounds like that's what you're talking about. Summoning? This probably has something to do with the programming is what you're talking about. So I don't know how it affects anything but software. I was going to say warlocks something. I read that. But let me read. Warlocks will have to get mega nerfed along with druids and any other class that has summonable creatures. Bethesda won't be able to include conjuration in any new form of Elder Scrolls game. It'll ruin everything. Alright, calm down. Summoning creatures and allies in games has been a thing since the original D&D and that era. It's like when Warner Brothers patented the Nemesis system, made 2 games with it, and haven't touched it since. Nintendo could just make one more Pokemon after this and announce they are permanently stopping Pokemon game development, switching fully to the card game. Then every other game studio gets screwed because of the choice of greedy few turds on the board of investors of Nintendo. Yes, the USA Patent Office just gave Nintendo a patent for summoning. It applies to all summoning, tabletop, and video. I don't understand how that works. That seems ridiculous to me. The act of summoning, you can't copyright that. That's part of literature. It's part of rituals dating thousands of years ago. You can't patent something that exists. It's like patenting air. That's ludicrous. Well, you know what? Let's go and see what Gemini has to say. Maybe Gemini will be clear on this. Or Grok. No, let's do Gemini. I don't like Gemini, but we're going to use Gemini. So what would I ask? Let's ask, what are the repercussions of Nintendo's recent patenting of the summoning ability in gaming? Sound good? Let's try that. Repercussions. Okay, hold on.
So, what's on your mind today? Anything I can help you with?
Let me turn you up first. What are the repercussions in the gaming industry for Nintendo's recent patenting of the summoning mechanic? Hello? Am I in the right thing? Let me take these out of my ears. Hello? Did I turn the volume down? What's going on here? Hold on. Let's try this again. Hello, you there? Hello? Tap to talk or interrupt Gemini. Well, yeah, what's going on? It's kind of screwed up today. Gemini's not working today. Oh, wait. Let me reboot that thing. And we'll try it again. Let's get the down low. Summoning. I did everything. It was just going back and forth saying tap to talk, tap to talk, tap to talk. No, you don't have to tap to talk. Just turn it on and there it is. She did say something to me, but I couldn't hear it. We're not working today. Don't try this. It'll explode. So I'm going to try it again. Maybe it's me. Or maybe Gemini's just screwed up today. I prefer Grok. I think Grok is pretty cool. But I don't have the voice version. Your phone's running out of memory. Can't do this silliness. Nintendo has turned evil. Let's see, I've got all this left. 4 more strips and these 2 little guys. Let me see what's going on here. Pink. Hello? Hello, are you there? No, it says...
Hi there. I'm doing good.
First of all, I can't hear you. Is Gemini having problems today? Why do you keep asking me to tap to talk or interrupt? Hello? Hello? Yeah, it's messed up today. Alright, well, whatever. There you go. Let's go ask Grok. Okay, Grok, give me a second here and go to X. Oh. How do I get sucked into these things? Conspiracies! I'm sure it's no conspiracy. Let me see if I could put that up from the screenage. Let's see, Chrome, no, X, let's put that up there. Now, what was I saying? What are the repercussions of Nintendo's recent patent of the summoning mechanic? Well, I butchered that. Alright, overview of Nintendo's recent summoning patent. Nintendo and Pokemon Company were granted U.S. patent number 12, blah blah blah, September 2nd. United States patent, blah blah blah, summoning a sub-character to battle enemy characters in a virtual space. This includes elements like player input, summon and sub-character, automatic or directed battles between summoned character and an enemy, and sub-character following the player when not in combat. While it draws directly from Pokemon Core loop, such as throwing a Pokeball to summon a Pokemon in battle, it also extends to similar systems in other Nintendo titles like Pikmin, where players summon creatures to fight or assist. The patent was approved without objections, despite the mechanic's long history in gaming. Example, summoning in a Final Fantasy since 1980s. Blah, 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 blah. Immediate context link to the Pal World lawsuit. This patent emerges amid Nintendo's ongoing legal battle with Pocket Pair. Blah, 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 blah. Broader repercussions for gaming industry. The patent's broad language covering any sub-character summoned for combat in 3D virtual space raises concerns beyond Pal World. While Nintendo could choose not to enforce it against partners, its existence creates chilling effect. Here's a breakdown of potential impacts. Targeted lawsuits. Developers like games and similar summoning, such as these are all video games. For Pal World, this adds ammunition. Nintendo's claims potentially seeking damages. Japanese, blah blah blah. Challenge to validity. Critics argue the patent ignores prior art existing. Blah blah blah. 1990. Blah blah blah. Global ripple. A U.S. patent doesn't affect Japan, where a similar one exists since 2022. But it enables cross-border suits. Nintendo has a history of aggressive IP. Alright, so far it seems to be pretty much impacting the video game industry. Settled creativity, broad patents like the... Ugh. There's some games. Elden Ring, World of Warcraft. So I guess it does affect them. Defense design, war bombs. Let's read the summary at the bottom, then I'll ask another question. In summary, while the patent's primary bolsters Nintendo's defense of Pokemon against direct competitors like Pal World, its vagueness threatens broader innovations. Nintendo gains IP leverage but risks alienating the community and inviting challenges. Enforcement will depend on their strategy, targeted as clones or dormant. All right. Does this have any impact on non-video game properties, such as pen and paper RPGs? Summoning mechanic is specifically scoped. Wait a minute. For the summoning mechanic is specifically scoped to video games, focusing on summoning a sub-character in 3D virtual space. Those are the key words there. Via player input, such as throwing a ball or issuing a command for combat or blowing up following the player. Its technical language and context, rooted in digital environments and game systems, limit its direct applicability to non-video game properties like pen and paper role-playing games. However, there are nuanced considerations for its potential indirect impact on such properties. Below is an analysis of whether and how this patent might affect pen and paper RPGs. Direct impact, minimal to none. Blah, 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 blah. Indirect impact, potential but limited. Chilling effect on design. That's interesting. Summoning to steer clear of legal gray areas, especially in their game, if their game has a digital component or companion app such as Foundry VTT, Roll20. So it has potential to, but risk of patent conflict, none. Non-digital established prior art. So where it gets tricky is when you're dealing with VTTs. Pokemon Tabletop United fan-made RPG has low to medium impact. But digital VTT integration could raise concerns. So this is primarily a digital thing. So let's read the conclusion. The Nintendo summoning patent has no direct legal impact on pen and paper RPGs due to its video game specific scope and the tabletop industry's distinct medium. Prior art in tabletop RPGs, example D&D, Pathfinder, further shields it from patent claims. However, indirect effects, like cautious design choices, especially for games with digital components or Pokemon-like branding, could emerge due to Nintendo's aggressive IP stance. Tabletop creators can mitigate risks by staying analog, leveraging unique mechanics, and monitoring Nintendo's environmental patterns. The patent's broader chilling effects on gaming creativity might subtly influence tabletop RPGs. But the tabletop space remains largely unaffected for now. Well, I guess that is a big frickin' deal. There's potential there for all kinds of problems. So yeah, that's that. There you go. That according to Grok. Damn, can I do another one? So you can all calm down. Sounds pretty ridiculous to me. Nintendo's putting the moves. Putting the moves on. Plug this back in. That was a nice little distraction. That stuff reminds me of the Wizards of the Coast debacle, as it's known. With their OGL nonsense. Just reminds me of it. What's the matter with these big companies? Okay. Ay, ay, ay. Let's do this lonely little guy. He's on his own little base. Okay. Here's a mortar. It's going to be violet brown. So got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 more. Ooh, that's unlucky. We got to do one more strip. For sure. That's terrible. Yeah, we can't have that going on. Let's do one more strip then. Always looking for an excuse to push on. Where's my little... There it is. That's a good one. Let's put these guys in the box. Pretty basic paint job. But I'll tell you that strong tone works miracles. For me anyway. Once I put that on, it works its magic. I think these guys are going to go a lot quicker. Probably get them done this week. Two hours took me to do all that. I got these 3 more I'm going to do. And that's just 3 more strips. And I will do the mortar. Oh, sorry for being hyper. Just very dangerous precedent for the gaming industry. It is. It is. And that's okay, Quad 6. Don't worry about it. You're just understandably concerned. Little heightened senses at the moment. Yeah, so again, it's like, it reminds me of the debacle with Wizards of the Coast. And I don't care about Wizards of the Coast. But it's a shame we see things like that in the gaming industry. Some dangerous stuff going on. Sadly, I think that's going to cause a lot of problems for Nintendo. Ultimately, I think that's what's going to happen. And they're going to have to go back and rephrase things or change things or drop things. That's what I think. That's typically what happens with these things. Again, like the Wizards of the Coast nonsense. It's called pushing the envelope. So I have faith in humanity. Things will work out. Hill 919. San Lo. I love these maps. Battlefield maps. Very cool. Fillets. I did a paper on fillets. The fillets pocket. Fillets gap. Long time ago. Boop, boop, boo, Utah Beach. Anyway, I'm looking at the book for 3rd edition Overlord. Boy, I use these books a lot. Overlord. Whatever the German one was called. A lot of good information here. Man, this is back when I was smoking. It smells like a cigarette. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. This is a treasure trove. Beautiful pictures, maps, and painting guides. Not to mention all the lists. It's almost a 300-page book. Beautiful artwork. These 3rd edition books are still useful. I think I sold the German one. I think I did. Man, I was just selling anything that wasn't hammered down. Haven't left myself hardly anything. Well, that's not true. Let's do a 3rd base. Wait a minute, did I even finish that one? Hold on. That one I just finished now, not the single figure. Yeah, I guess I did. I was afraid I didn't do the front of the strip. Just the back of the guys. I did them. So we're good. We're going to do one more. should do them all, but I can't take it, man. I'm losing it. I'm starting to get sloppy and careless. So let's take our time here. It's just one more strip. These guys look like they're manning the mortar. Whenever you start getting tired, and it's easy to know when because you'll start making mistakes, that's when you know it's time to stop. Take a break. Recalibrate. Because you're ultimately just making work for yourself. And you get all depressed, frustrated. You're less likely to pick up the brush again. You got this. It's all about pacing. It's not a race. Game will be there for you. Unless you're on the clock, sometimes that happens. Oh, we got a game this weekend. Hurry up, get them painted. Hurry! Trick to that is not to get into those situations, man. This is supposed to be enjoyable, man. A good way to learn how to hate it. What a shame. Where's his hand? Oh, it's way down there. I could barely see. So I'm just going to do this one strip and leave the other three. It's okay, we'll do it tomorrow. This is still great progress, man. Any progress is progress. I painted one guy's boots today. Huzzah! That's all right. We got this. But with all the distractions currently that I have, hobby-related distractions. I got this to do, that to do. Feels like I'm not making any progress on anything, but I am. When I look at this little painting thing is a big deal. I got my role-playing campaign that's driving me crazy. Trying to figure out what we're going to do, what I'm going to run, because it's a big deal. I'm going through all these different options and thinking through all this nonsense. And I got my commissions, which I have to get to. And I've got my other painting projects, which I'm not worried about because I tackle them as I please, really. But then I've got this. The one thing I'm really doing, I'm actually playing and I'm painting regular, is this. And I'm always making progress on this. And it feels good. It won't be long. I'm going to be sitting down once again, playing some full-on battles over some village in France. Because I know I'm making progress on it. Oh, gotta get his knee. Okay, one more guy. These guys are manning the mortar. Gotta have the sound effects. This guy's got... I don't know what he's got in his hand. This guy over here's got a little projectile to lob down. Lob down? Put down the mortar. This guy, I don't know what he's doing. I think he's got one too. Guess one guy's getting it ready and the other guy's ready to drop it. Something like that. And I got a guy holding his ears. It all looks good to me. We'll fix those Germans. Okay, let's do the back collar. Got a little paint there, that's alright. Okay, it's 14 strips. Or no, it's not 14 strips, 16 guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 guys I did. And I need, what, 32? Yeah, I got 10 more to do. We're going to save them for next time. And before I stop here, I'm going to paint the mortar, which is brown violet. Your standard vehicle weapon color. Guns, like mortars. If I could find it, where did it go? Brown violeta. So it's not olive drab, it's a nice brown violet, and I love it. I love this color. Brown violet. Oh, it's so good. Hi, James. Cleaned up 20 Stargrave guys yesterday. Good progress. Good progress. What time is it? 6:09. Okay, I'm gonna have to salvage some of this paint though. I gotta save it. I'm gonna put it in my green gray, which I seldom use, but I did actually find it. I needed this for the slings, I think, of the Germans. I finally found it. I need it for my pairs, so I managed to find it. So let's salvage some of it. I use this a lot for pairs if I do any more. I'll need it tomorrow. Let's shake this up. My favorite color, brown violet. 8 a.m. here. I'm going to put them together today. Good stuff. I was going to say share some pictures. I got your emails, by the way. Very appreciated. Let me find a proper... Well, let's put it right here. I gotta get some more of that. That is good stuff, man. Let's use a bigger brush. Let's just put that on there. Let's get some mortar action here. This will be fun on the tabletop. Dig out those Germans. Probably a light mortar. Looks like it. All right. Ah, I did the other MG, didn't I? Good. Yeah, so I only got 3 strips left. 10 guys. Yeah, we'll do them tomorrow. I'll zip through those guys. There's a quick look at the Germans. All the bases are done. Did that earlier this week. I got all the edges. The bevels are gone. And I put some watered down white glue along the edges to keep it even stronger, because I got to be handling this. And yeah, it definitely makes a difference now. This is great, man. Glad I did this. Takes a little extra work, just a little bit, to get those edges nice and straight and get rid of the beveling. Terrible. But yeah, they're all good to go. So I'm going to be flocking those bases. Maybe, just maybe, I could get everything done for this weekend. Could surprise Jake with some infantry added to our battles. Yeah. I'm supposed to have a paint along with them. The Jake and Fritz paint along. Episode 3 coming up this weekend. You missed episode 2, James. You missed episode 2. I think everybody did. It was just me and Jake. Cripes. Everybody's just gone. Redoing my first round of guys. Redoing. Shouldn't be done with them. Look good. Thanks, James. Thanks. Appreciate that. Keeps me motivated. Positivity. Oh, I gotta take this off. So I just got these 3 strips left, man. I was going to attempt to finish them today, but nah, I can't do it. I'm going crazy. I can't paint this long, the same frickin' thing. That's it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, wait, what the heck is this? I did the fronts, but I didn't do the back. What's that about? Huh. Well, 3 guys are half done. That's all. I'm not doing no more. Makes work easier next time. No, I want to get my cruise perfect. You do. A bit earlier for me. That's true. I was. That's true. Too early for everybody. You guys got me down pat. You like the later time zone. What the hell is that outside? I do my job perfection. Yes, you do. Well, you are doing 28s, so I get it. I focus on just getting things done. For I'm dead. I can't be working on this stuff all the time. I want to play with this stuff and have something to give Jake. If I keep pushing it, I'll never get anything. Here's my half-assed collection of models. Yeah, I've been using this 3rd edition Overlord book. It's got a nice little... all these books have got little painting guides in them. They're great value. But that's what I'm working on. It's got the glider troops. It's got all 3 variants of the uniform. This is the one I'm going with. Great stuff. I love these books. I have such great memories. I use the hell out of this book. Beautiful pictures. Might even have some scenarios, does it? No scenarios. There's other books for that. Some historical scenarios. Stats for all kinds of famous participants in the war, such as Lieutenant Turner Turnbull. That's another cool thing this game had, is it had individual heroes in the game. Real people. And statted them. I thought that was the coolest frickin' thing. What a great way to honor those folks. I think they're called warriors. There's Lieutenant Colonel R.G. Pine Coffin. Pine Coffin? He's got the go for it special rule. British warrior. The Germans and Allies are all in a different book, which I sold, which is sad. Great books. So I still use them. Today's Wednesday, right? Over here it's Wednesday. Well, we'll see what I can get done. I won't plan on being able to play with this stuff this weekend. I don't want to push it. But you never know. It could happen. And that would be nice. Anyway, it's 6:19. What do we got here? Anything? There's Grok. Go away, Grok. I did that. Nice spike there. Appreciate that, you guys. All right, I'm going to call it here then. I'm going to go take care of my dinner, take care of Coop. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do, James. I think I'm going to eat something. I haven't really eaten all day. Been enjoying the second edition 40k rulebook. Second edition 40k. Oh yeah, that edition. Some would say the best edition. I don't know what I'm going to do with that stuff. I'd love to play that. And I probably will. Because I am in no way attached to the current rules, the way they're going. 10th edition is great. Good fun. I haven't really played it a whole lot, but I'm not locked into it. You know, it's still 40k. It's just not grimdark. The rules are great. Play really well. But I haven't played it much. But I just prefer something previous. Period. Hands down. Just because. In second edition I never played. So no matter what, I'm gonna play these older versions eventually. But first is gonna be Kill Team. I am really excited about Kill Team. I haven't bought it yet. But I'm gonna get the starter for me and Jake. And give him something really with chutzpah to actually sit and paint. So that's a big deal for me. Where he could see it from the beginning, latch onto it, paint it to completion, and that's going to be a turning point for him. If all goes well, it's like, wow, you did this. That's your faction, man. That is you on the tabletop. Because that's what's really going to hook him when he experiences that. Because that's what gets us all, right? The whole process. So I got a lot of hopes for that. And Kill Team would be perfect. And I'm going to document all that goodness so we never forget. Creating memories, folks. Creating memories. Second were written and play tested by very literate people. Agreed. He will dig it. Have a nice dinner. Thanks, James. I'll be on tomorrow. It's only Thursday. But yeah, you have an enjoyable day. I'm going to have an enjoyable evening. Folks, I hope you really enjoyed and got some stuff done. Great conversation with Quad 6 today about a upcoming debacle from Nintendo, of all things. You could read the chat there previously. Yeah, but that was interesting. But we're going to see you guys tomorrow because I'm feeling pretty good. So folks, you know what's next. Hang in there and you know why. It's only going to get better. Talk to you soon.